So I came into the business and I was looking for some extra cash, and I was earning 10K, that's $100 a month. And I was working 18 hours a day. And the person who introduced me to this business told me, Fred, you can do this part-time in the evening. And I was in my 20s. I didn't know a lot of people who had money to buy. Most of my friends were my age. They really didn't believe in business. They thought it is a thing for old people, people who are tired. And they had a phrase, they say, why are you making yourself old and you're not yet old? But one thing I found was in life, and this is a message even for the distributors on the call, in life, you have to do the things that other people are not willing to do, so that one day you can do things that they would like to do, but they cannot. Because when I started off, many of my friends, my family didn't believe in what I was doing. They thought I was wasting my time. They thought this thing would not work. And I can guarantee you, if you're here and you're a guest, or if you are a distributor just joined the business, you'll also face that kind of pushback. But the key thing is, don't give up on your dream. I had many dreams. I had many, many dreams. One of my dreams was to retire early. You know, I never liked taking orders from a boss. I never liked having somebody who's telling me, get in at this time, leave at this time. I always wanted freedom, freedom to be my own boss, freedom to wake up when I finish sleeping, freedom to associate with whoever I wanted to associate. And I had looked at some of my relatives who are employed, but then they retired without having a plan B. And I saw them come from a very high level and come down, and their lives just became miserable. And I didn't want any bit of that. I wanted a situation whereby, because I had seen people who were in employment and they did some business on the side, and they tended to do very well. Even after in retirement, you see somebody's buying a car, he's building a house, his life generally continues. And I'm sure you've also seen the same. But somebody who has been employed all his life and never did any kind of business, and ended up in a situation whereby he has retired and he doesn't have a business, he gets a lump sum of money, he runs and tries to do something. I know people, I have a friend who bought a matatu. He actually nearly died because of that matatu, because it was not making money. Instead of making money, it chewed all his retirement package, yeah? And it was quite a challenge for him. So I didn't want to be like that. So when I saw this opportunity, I had my reasons. I wanted to retire early. I was working in the hotel industry. So in the hotel industry, you meet a lot of tourists who are coming into the country. And I wanted to be like them. I wanted to be touring the country and the world at large. I wanted to buy a car, you know, I don't know. As I just share my reasons for joining this business, I don't know what are your reasons. If you're here and you're a guest and you're looking at this thing, this business opportunity, what are your reasons? What do you want to accomplish out of this life? If you're here and you're a distributor, manager, senior manager, what is your reason? What is your why? Because why you do something is more important than how. If your why is strong enough, the how does not matter. You'll make it happen. It will happen. I always say this. There was a time I sponsored a young man. He was a parking boy, and this guy was broke, literally broke. I had to give him my shoes, my clothes, my suits, and everything, just to present this opportunity to somebody. But this guy was hungry, and he had 3 kids to feed. And he was working in town, collecting 20 shillings from cars which had parked. And this young man came in with a zeal to do business. He was excited. He realized that this was his salvation from poverty. And I told him, bring people. And he started bringing people. In a day, he would bring more than 10. It reached a point whereby we had seen so many people until I told him, no, you cannot bring so many people. Now slow down. Start bringing 2 or 3 that we can even remember, because we couldn't remember most of the people that he brought. In 6 months, he was earning 30K. A year down the line, he was earning over 50K. Today, the young boy is driving. So you see, that's why I always say that the why is more important than the how, because this young man was not educated. He had never been to any kind of formal school. He was in an approved school. That's the school that he ever went, and he ran away without finishing that school. So he didn't know how to read or write. In fact, whatever he got to know about this business, I taught him, and I had to use vernacular to teach him. But there you are. The guy did a wonderful job. And for me, if you're here and you're a guest, you're a distributor, if a parking boy can do this business, somebody who, by the time he was joining, had 1 leather shoe and 1 safari boot. If a parking boy can do this business, he was not educated at all. He didn't know how to read or write. I know you can do it better. You just have to raise your belief. And how do you raise your belief? Come for the trainings that we normally organize, like this one. Unfortunately, our guest is having a rough time on the road from Meru.
I'm here, Fred.
Oh, you're there? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can hear you. You're clearer now.
Okay. Let me start before I get back into these hills.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to have you on the call. I promise to do this a lot more properly when given another chance. I somehow had the feeling this would coincide with my return from Peru. But all the same, let me see what I can do to inspire those that on the call. My name is Bugembe Andrew. I am a Ugandan based in Kampala. I just came over to visit my daughter. They're having a visitation this weekend, but whenever that visitation does happen, I kind of go around the whole team in Kenya, just saying hello to them and visiting them. So I'm just on my way back from Peru. Professionally, my first degree was electrical engineering. That's what I studied. And then I later on studied a diploma in tax. And then I also got another degree in law, and I got a legal practice diploma in law as well. However, all that is so that I can appeal to you as you listen to me. My real deal has always been Neolife. I saw this Neolife business when I was in my first year doing electrical engineering. And that was in 2005. I have never turned back. This opportunity has given me freedom like never before. I never ever thought that I would have this kind of freedom doing the Neolife opportunity. The fact that I have all these qualifications and still opt to do Neolife as my number 1 source of income is quite some kind of freedom. Yeah, but today it's not really about me, it's about you who's on the call. I don't know if the chat room is available, but I would like to hear from many of us that are on the call. What are some of the things that you've got to think about when you think about this business? When they talk about Neolife, what comes to your mind? I would wish to hear that. I would wish to see what you have to say in the chat room, because I want to give you my thinking about Neolife. I want to share with you my thinking about Neolife. When I started this opportunity, I was right from high school. I'd never been exposed to anything of this nature. I was looking for something to do part-time that could bring in some money. I was just looking for something to bring in some money. I didn't care whether it was a job, whether it was a business. All I needed was some money coming through. So when I was first shown this opportunity, I was told that it's a business. I know for many of us that are on the call, that is something that sometimes you find difficult to appreciate, that this opportunity is indeed a business. And I think for me, that's where I start from. I start from appreciating that Neolife is a business. And just like any other business, it's important that we appreciate that our business has products. Many distributors, I think, kind of undermine or take that for granted. They kind of feel like they're in some kind of job setup where Neolife is the company that employs all these people across the world, and we're kind of like some form of employees to Neolife. But the fact is that we are independent distributors, and as independent distributors, we are involved in a business where Neolife, the manufacturer and our partner, comes up with some very fantastic products that we have to rely on so that we can make money. And for me, at the moment I understood that, I felt like, wow, this was it. This was it. Because Adore has been looking for business to do. Many of us are looking for business. Many of us are looking for an opportunity where we can be able to make some additional income. However, it is not something that you come across just like that, because if you decide to take on that route of business by yourself, to try and manufacture a product by yourself, to try and come up with a service that you can offer to people by yourself, it's a journey that is quite hectic, very stressful, not as straightforward, and time wasting, I would also say, because people spend years trying to come up with a product and only to give up on it eventually. So when I came across Neolife, I saw a set of products that I could rely on for business. Ladies and gentlemen, that is one thing God has blessed us. God has blessed us with products that offer solutions to humankind. Anybody who has a product that offers a solution to humankind is definitely in business. And for me, that is something I want to encourage everybody right now on the call to just understand. After you have been able to appreciate and understand why you started, why you are part of this business, I think I've heard Fred talking about that. I didn't want to repeat it, but for me, my why was to make an additional, how much? It was about an additional 15,000 Kenya shillings. That's all I wanted when I started. The moment I identified that that was my why, all I wanted was an additional 15,000 Kenya shillings. The next question I had to ask myself, did I have the right vehicle to get me there to earn the 15,000 Kenya shillings? And for me, that started by using the products. If you're a distributor on call and you don't use the products, and this weekend or last weekend, going into it, you actually went to the shop and bought Omo as opposed to getting your own J1 laundry. At home, instead of using your LDC, you're actually using bar soap. Instead of using your Super 10 in the washroom, you're actually using, and you're using Vim in the washroom. I want to first of all help you get redeemed, because it's important that if you're going to do this business, you are the number one best customer. There is no one you're going to convince that you have products that work. There's nothing that is going to help people from the bottom of your heart. There's no feeling you're going to have that you're helping people from the bottom of your heart if you yourself, you are not and the number one user of this product. Every time I eat food, I'm eating chapati. Every time I eat food, I'm eating something that has been fried. I'm eating something that does not have whole grains. I am a firm believer that the 3NN that Neolife provides for me as a distributor, as a user, is of extreme importance to me. And that if I go for days without this 3NN, I'm definitely not going to be happy. I'm not going to be well. I'll not have the energy I require to have, because all the food I'm eating does not have the lipids and sterols that you find in whole grains, which play a very major role in ensuring that all the nutrients I am getting from my food actually enter the cell to produce energy and the wastes get out. Now, with that level of understanding, when I miss 3NN, when I miss vitality, I actually feel guilty. I come back to myself and I say, you know what have I done today? How come I didn't take any 3NN? What a disservice I'm doing to myself. Without that kind of feeling, you yourself as a distributor, you cannot pass on that feeling to another person. If you're not actually using the J1 laundry at home and you think it's expensive, you think it's for 5,000 Kenyan shillings, it's a lot of money, guess what? That is what the people that you're going to be talking to are actually going to be thinking as well. But when you know that this fuel load is of value, it is non-toxic, it is biodegradable, it is economical. One packet can do close to 150 washes, 200 washes with one packet. No, there's not before you actually do 150 washes with any other soap like Omo or Ariel, whatever it is, you're going to use probably about what 10 to 15 packets. Whereas with your life, you're using one packet. Without that kind of conviction, you will not be able to pass on the passion and the love, the need to help other people, um, like the way you should be doing. One of the biggest mistakes some of us make as distributors, we try to talk about these products without using them. We just tell about them. We are not passionate about them. We don't see that these products actually help people and are solving people's needs. I like what Fred has talked. He said something to do with the fact that to this day, some people, okay, when he started, some people didn't believe this opportunity. Guess what? The same happened to some of us. It happened to me. To this day, I still have people who are very close to me who do not believe that this is a business that a man should do, that a human being should do to get an income from. But you see, it is because they do not understand the value of the products, the kind of solutions you bring to society, the kind of help you give to people. Today in Mary, I met someone who said, my prostate health is much better. I had stopped urinating normally, but because of using omega-3 and the zinc and the cruciferous, I can now urinate properly at the age of 63. That is value you're bringing to people's lives. And for me, there's no better company that gives people life and gives people solutions than Neolife. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you that if you are going to build this business big in 2023, begin by being the number one believer in what you're doing. Believe in the opportunity. Believe in the products. Let me talk about believing in this opportunity. I am here in Nairobi. Okay, I'm here in Kenya to visit my daughter, who happens to study in Turi. St. Andrew's Turi was always a dream. I first heard about St. Andrew's Turi when a certain leader that was in this opportunity shared with us how he takes their children to that school. And he shared about how the school does so many amazing things, from the fact that the children there have chefs. They actually travel all the way to places like Europe for trips. They're in the kind of school that, they have been exposed to so much. I started dreaming about one day, before I had children, I started dreaming about one day having a child or having children that go to a school of that nature. Ladies and gentlemen, there are not so many business people. There are not so many engineers and lawyers who take their children to Turi. To take your child to Turi, you must be paying about 800,000 Kenya shillings. Term, not per year, a term. 800,000 Kenya shillings per term. Now you want to tell me that this Neolife business does not work? That, yeah, people look at you and they say, well, your business is so small, it's so, you're just selling products. What do you mean? This is the kind of business that can take your children to the kind of schools that Andrew and Jenny take their children to, and that is Turi. Now, if your business or if your job was so good that was taking your children to Turi, why are they not there? Not to mock you, ladies and gentlemen, but sometimes when people tell me that this business does not work and they find people who discourage them and make them not believe in this business, I feel sorry. Because there are very few businesses that make you travel the world like Neolife. I've seen CEOs who have never been to places that Neolife has taken us. Not very many people have been to the Atlantis. Not very many people have been to the Fairmont. Not very many people have been to Hawaii. Not very many people have been to Mauritius. And yet Neolife gives us the opportunity. It gives me and you the same opportunity to build a business that can one day reward you with all that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when someone comes up here and says they do not understand what you do, I need you to just tap your heart and know, and just say it shall be done. Do not be discouraged. Trust what you've got with Neolife. So for me, when I know someone believes in these products and you also believe in the opportunity, then you're good to go. You're ready to build the business. The other thing that comes into play are the skills. Because once your belief is right, You use your products with all your heart. You believe in this business with all your heart. Yeah? Even if it is your 10th side income, it's okay. But as long as you believe in this business with all your heart, then the next thing that comes along is skills, because believing alone does not get you the money. Believing gets you on track to getting the money, but getting the money requires skills. The number one skill I want you to ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen, do I actually have a list of names? Do I have a list of names? The business is so simple that just by having a list of names, you are ready to build a business. Many of us wake up every single morning to go out there and just talk to anybody, or sometimes not talk to anyone. Some of us talk to people after we have been given some kind of motivational reflection. I want to encourage you that this process is simple. It begins with a list of names. Write down the people you know, and then begin to contact them. How do you contact these people? Send a WhatsApp message. Tell someone, you know what, I have a business I'm doing. I would like us to meet and talk about it. Tell them I have some information I have to share with you about these businesses that have been coming around. I noticed you were talking about your mom who has this kind of issue. Can you give me 30 minutes and we talk more about it? I noticed you've been talking about this school tuition, this school fees problem that is coming all over the place. Would you have some 30 minutes this Friday and we have and talk about it? All I need is 30 minutes with you. Learn how to contact people. It doesn't help you having a list of names, claiming you know so many people, but you can't talk to them. We need to be human beings. Then you move on. You move on to what? You move on to also making sure that you are well prepared when these people are coming to your appointment. Do you have the tools? You know, get the tools. Get the tools. What are these tools? Have some products on you. Have something. Have a vitality. Have your flip chart on you. Okay? Have your magazine. Have your sign up form. I mean, for crying out loud, you organize everything you talk about. You should have something to show for it. When you say there's LDC in this company, bring out every single that has this LDC. When you say Super 10, bring out your Super 10 bottle. The Super 10 spray bottle. When they say it's Pro Vitality, bring out the special Pro
Sorry,
Vitality.
Andrew.
And show the person
Andrew.
Sorry?
There's
Yes.
quite a bit of background noise where you are. I don't know that you can move somewhere a little bit away from the guys.
Sorry. This guy they want to talk. But I don't know what. Is it too much?
It's kind of drowning your voice at some point. Maybe you can move somewhere a bit far from them.
Okay. What about now?
No, now it's better.
Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you for the reminder. So, I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really sorry about this arrangement. It was not. I didn't wish for it to be like this. But I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, that moving on, you have to understand that you need to ensure that you have the skills. Okay, have the tools, and after that, start working on your presentation tools. You don't get better by presenting once, you get better by presenting over and over again, and do it consistently. There is one thing I want to encourage every single
We lost you there. We lost you there, Andrew.
person on the call this evening to become successful to talking to one person every single day. Oh dear. I hope my network is still.
Yes, we
Commit
can
to
hear
talking
you.
to one
Go
person
ahead.
every single day. Every single day. Okay, thank you. Every single day, commit that I will talk to one person. There's a lady I worked with last year. She's the middle manager in one of the in the revenue authority here in Uganda Revenue Authority. She is a boss. She's damn busy, so busy. But let me tell you, this lady, the moment she had that all she has to do is to talk to one person every single day, she decided that every
We've lost you there, Andrew.
sorry, she decided that every single day she will actually talk to one person every single day. That's what she decided. And this lady, within 6 months, she had become a director and she was earning close to 100,000 Kenya shillings within 6 months. But it was just out of her discipline that every single day she was going to talk to someone every single day, every single day. So, ladies and gentlemen, the commitment in this is to talk to someone every single day. Have your list of names, contact the people. After you've contacted them, prepare yourself with the tools properly. Then put aside 30 minutes and pour your heart out. Share your story. Tell people how Neolife can be beneficial to them. And every single day, just do it with one person. I can tell you and I can guarantee you with my heart of hearts that by the month of June 2023, you'll definitely be earning well above 60,000 Kenya shillings. I can guarantee you on that. So I think for me that has been about it. There's so many benefits in your life has been able to also to the fact that I'm really sorry, Fred. I kind of tried timing this in a way that I'd not be in a traveling mood. But kindly forgive me, the team that is on call. I hope the few little things that I've shared have been beneficial to you. May God bless you.
Okay, Andrew. Okay, we've lost you there at the last minute. But I think we've...
And all the best. No, I'm done. I'm done, Fred. I'm done.
Andrew? Andrew?
Sorry, I was just saying that I'm done.
We missed your last statement.
I'm done for now. Yes, I was just saying that I'm very sorry about the mix-up in my travel and having to be on this meeting. I hope to make it up to you sometime.
No problem, no problem. We are here for the long haul, and what you have shared, I'm sure will actually make a big difference to the people on this call. I know there's somebody who has grabbed something. And team, I don't know, I've had a few things, if I can just briefly share. Andrew said that start with your why. He said his why was 15,000 Kenya shillings to start. He had a reason for starting this business. I don't know what your reason is. You need to sit down and write tonight. You see, the beauty about getting such a session from such a great leader, unfortunately, he was not very audible. But Andrew started off as a student, and I think in 3 years he was a president's team member, earning more than 500,000 Kenya shillings. And you can see the kind of commitment. He came to Kenya to see his daughter, but he's all over the country, helping his team to grow in Kenya, yet he's Ugandan. So he's combining business and taking care of the family and making sure that everything is working. So, but his first goal was to earn 15,000 Kenya shillings per month. And today he's earning over 500,000 shillings a month. So for me, I always say, if a student can earn 500,000 Kenya shillings a month in about 3 years, I think we can also do it. We don't have a reason why we cannot do it. Now, the other thing that I got from him was that you must use your products. There are no two ways about it. If you want to grow this business, you cannot grow this business like a salesman. A salesman sells something that he's never used. He sells Mercedes-Benzes and is cycling to work. That's a salesman. If you try to do it that way, you should change yourself, you should change your team. You must use the products and start with 3NN. 3NN is a must for all because we are made up of cells and 3NN helps our cells to function. And if your cells are not functioning properly, then it means that your body starts crumbling down. If your heart cells are not functioning properly, then you find that your body won't function. I can see Andrew is saying using products is a starting point of all success. So really, guys, we have it there. We must use our products, start off with 3NN, then blend in. What I did is that because I joined this business, I didn't all have all that kind of money. Every month, I had 1 or 2 products that I would buy to add on to the products that I had. And when I did that, eventually I had all the products that I needed to use in my house. So you can make a plan and start doing it and building it from there. Then the other thing I got from him is that think about the value that you're bringing to people, because you're bringing value to people. He mentioned about the gentleman who could not pass urine. And after using our products, omega-3, zinc, cruciferous, 3NN, of course, or Pro Vitality, the guy is now passing urine. I mean, think of all the customers, all the people out there, I mean, who have benefited from our products. And that's a clear example. For such a person, what would he have done were it not for our products, you know? So when you look at the value that you're giving to the person, don't look at it like you're going to make business. Look at it like I am adding value to this person that I'm meeting. And when you look at it like I'm adding value, then you'll actually be able to make a positive difference in that person's life and also make some money at the end of the day. Now, Jim Rohn says, self-interest done positively is good. Let me give you an example. We are communicating, we are using bundles. Some of us are on Safaricom, some of us are on Zuku. All these are companies. Why do companies come into being? Because they want to make profit. But for them to make profit, they provide internet services. So they have a self-interest motive. They want to make money, but they are doing it in a positive way by providing a service that we all need and we all must use. So even you don't feel guilty that you're making profit by introducing somebody to a product and selling to him at retail and making a profit. There is no crime in that. It is normal. It's the way life goes. If you fall sick today and you go to a doctor, he won't see you pro bono. He won't see you free of charge. He will charge you tena dearly, and he will sell you the medicine. But he will do it in a positive way. He has self-interest, but he's doing it in a positive way. So even you, don't be apologetic. Make money so long as you don't exploit the customer that you're dealing with, because you are adding value to that person's life. Okay. Now, the other thing he talked about is believe in the opportunity. And believe that the opportunity works, because it can. And he shared about his child. He has come to Kenya to visit his daughter. His daughter is studying at St. Andrew's Turi. That's a place where, or a school whereby everybody wants to take their kids, but only the crème de la crème, the ministers and the presidents take their kids there. Why? Because school fees per term is 800,000. I know we've all taken our kids back to school. I was taking one of mine today. Yesterday, Monday, I took another one. I took several kids. I mean, 800,000 for one kid per term. That's amazing. That's amazing. And he's paying all that 100% from Neolife. Now, you cannot convince me that the business does not work when somebody is actually paying 800,000 for a kid to go to school. And I know some of us have kids in schools that are not charging that much. Right now, my kids, where they go to school, they're not paying that much. And I know your kids, where they're going to school, you're not paying that much. And you're sweating to pay it. And yet he's paying 800,000 Kenya shillings per term. Neolife works. And Neolife is real. So that's something that I got from him, that you need to believe in the opportunity, that it can actually make money for him, for me, myself, and I. If it can make money for Andrew, who was a student. And I always say, students don't have money of their own. Yeah, they survive on their parents, and they really don't have any kind of, unless they're given pocket money. But yet he was able to bring up, to create this kind of business. One time Andrew invited me to Uganda, and I went there, and he told me, come and talk to my team. And I thought I was going to go with Kampala coach. He told me no. He sent me a ticket, flight 540. And I showed up at the airport, and I was taken to Kampala. And when I landed in Kampala, Entebbe, and I wondered, okay, do I take a mat? I said, no. There's a car parked there. And he put me in his car. It was a Mercedes-Benz 4-wheel drive. And he chauffeured, drove me all the way to Kampala. And that was quite amazing. And I went there, and I found a room which had more than 4,500 people. Can you imagine, in his team? From all over, from DRC, from Sudan, all over East Africa. And I said, wow, all this because of one young man who had a dream and who said, I can do this. Man, let me tell you, Andrew shows us that it can be done. And I know even you can actually be able to do it. Now, the other thing that I got from Andrew was get the tools in place. Have some tools in place. Don't walk around empty-handed. Have a lifestyle magazine. Have a presentation chart. We have a flip chart in your kit that you can use for presenting the business. Have it, carry it with you. Be ready for business. There's a day Andrew came and did a session for us at Movenpick. And he had a whole bag with a lot of things. He even had some G1. He had some few products in that bag, and he just unpacked it for us. If you're in business, then you need to be ready for business. So carry your tools with you. Be ready to do a presentation at the drop of a pen. Okay. The other thing I got from him is prospect on a daily basis. Talk to people on a daily basis. Start with your list of names, but don't settle on that. Talk to people on a daily basis. Yeah. And he gave us an example of a lady who committed to talking to one person every day. And in 6 months, she was earning over 100,000 Kenya shillings per month. And that's exciting. That tells you that when you put in the effort, and I like the Bible. The Bible promises us that God will bless the works of your hands. So when you talk to somebody, you don't know where that business will be tomorrow. Just open your mouth and talk. You don't know where that. I talked to somebody when I was working at the reception at Methodist Guest House. Today I have more than 3,000 people in Nigeria because I talked to one person. It can happen for you. The person you are with next to in the matatu today, imagine you didn't talk to that person, and maybe that person could have been an Andrew in your business. Can you imagine? You know, let us commit to just sharing this opportunity. I like one phrase that is always said when we go to conventions, that a candle does not lose anything by lighting up another candle. You cannot lose anything by sharing what you have. You just need to go share it out, and one other person is going to hear it. That person is going to grab this opportunity, and his life will never be the same again. Stop focusing on yourself and what you can get. Just focus on touching people's lives, making a positive difference in people's lives. When you're on a mission to make a positive difference in people's life, let me tell you, the no's won't phase you. And those who are in our team, most of us are in this team. We've been studying a book called Go for No. And Go for No says that every day, set the number of no's that you're going to get for that day. 10 is a good number. Don't go home unless you've gotten 10 people who have told you no. So go for the no's. Don't go for the yeses. The yeses will come by themselves. But focus on getting 10 no's. And when you get a no, celebrate, because you are one step closer to a yes. Yeah. When you get a no, when somebody says no, celebrate, because of what you call the SW rule. Some will, some won't, so what? Someone is waiting. So if somebody says no, just move on, because there's someone waiting who needs your help, who needs the products, who needs the business opportunity. Yeah. So I believe those are the few nuggets that I got from Andrew. And I sincerely thank Andrew. We truly appreciate. I know you had a challenge with network, but that's okay. We've gotten something from Andrew, and he committed that he will be able, we'll plan another session when he's back home in Uganda and seated comfortably, where he can be able to share a few things about this business. But as we wrap up this meeting, I just want to appreciate all the teams who are here. As you saw the link had the Unstoppable Eagles, and that is Grace Ngatia's team. So Grace, thank you so much for allowing us to use your platform for this particular session. And in Grace's team, we have several directors who are in there. We have Joanina Magiri, we have Cecilia, we have Nancy. I mean, these are guys who are so excited about the business. There is Mary Jane Arnold, and there are stories in there which are quite exciting. Mary Jane was working as was taking care of people's farms and being paid 100 shillings. And Mary Jane rose to a point where she became a world team member. We've traveled with her abroad, traveled with Grace. So it's amazing. It's amazing. I want to tell everybody on the call, if you don't have a passport, get it. Because when you're in this team, I can assure you pretty soon you'll be traveling. I can see Dream Achievers there. Lydia Waroho, a very excited distributor. Lydia became a world team member in 9 months. In 9 months, Lydia was earning over 80,000 Kenya shillings. And she was working from 8 to about almost 8 to 7 p.m. But in 9 months, she was earning over 80, 100,000 a month. So I always say, if Lydia can do it with such a tight schedule, you can also do it, yeah? And I want to appreciate also the Conquerors team. That's my nursery. It's good to have you guys on board. And I want to tell you, this is our year. Things are happening. We started off the year with developing a new director in Grace's team, and success is in the air. So I don't know who is the next director. If you're near the chat somewhere and you want to become a director, can you just raise your hand there? I can see Redmi is raising the hand, but I want to see some hands raised for those people who are going for directorship. Those who are saying that this year is not ending before I earn 100,000 from Neolife. Can I see those hands? You have to claim this thing. It doesn't happen by accident. You have to claim it. You have to decide, I want it. And you know, I learned one thing very early in this business. Success is not for the faint-hearted. It's for those who decide, I am going to do it no matter what. I am not going to be discouraged. Wapende wasipende, mimi nitafanya, and I'll be an example. They'll be writing books about me and what I have achieved from Neolife. And if you are that stubborn, then by the end of, let me tell you, you will achieve stuff that people will actually say, I mean, I wish I was like that person. I wish I was like Elsie, I was like Job. I mean, I can see the chat is lighting up, and people are very excited, going director. So far, we have 12 directors. We don't have any more directors. Oh, man. I want to be a 5-diamond director. 5-diamond means I need at least 18 directors on my first level. So, and I know Grace wants to be a 5-diamond as well. So is Lydia Waroho. Let's see, where are those directors? The ones who are not putting up their hands, you don't want 100,000 Kenya shillings. Yeah. So guys, it was great chatting with you guys. It's a few minutes to the hour. And I mean, it was a major hangout. I enjoyed myself. I truly enjoyed just chatting with distributors and giving people hope that it is possible. And I always say this, the darkest hour of the day is just before dawn. If you're feeling a bit discouraged, that's normal. My upline told me the only people who don't get discouraged are in Mathare. They are mad. They are crazy. They are so excited going the wrong way. Yeah. But if you're a normal human being, sometimes you'll be discouraged and you feel a little bit down. But the trick is, don't stay down. Get up, get started. Pick yourself up. Know that sometimes you'll have down times, but you limit them. You say, I'll be down for 10 minutes. Then you're back again. and you are up there. Sorry, yes, Patricia is reminding me there are some cross lines who are here. Yes, we have a big family. Sorry, Patricia, for that. Yes. Patricia Mwangi is here with her team. Let me see who else is here. I don't want to be crucified for not mentioning anybody else.
Animation.
Pardon?
Animation.
Ninani?
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, I mentioned you. I even gave you a story. I talked about the way we traveled with you to South Africa.
Lucy Kwapa.
Nani?
Lucy Kwapa.
Lucy Gishuki, all the way in Germany. That's my sister all the way. She's an expatriate down there, but she's also selling TNN over there. So we are a big family, and it's an international family. We are not local, we are international. And today we had an international guest speaker. So guys, let's go out. Let's make it happen. Let this year be the best year ever. I know we are going to get some world teams, new world teams from this team, even as we run for PT. But I know we are getting some new world teams coming up this year. Others, thank you so much. God bless you. It was great having you on the call. As Andrew promised, that when we organize another session, we'll give you a call and we can just have it together. Otherwise, thank you so much. God bless you and have a good night.
Kwani mbona